What's up, YouTube Combat here, and I've got some Ghost Recon Wildlands open beta gameplay for you guys as a backdrop for me just to talk about betas in general. I'm very happy with Ghost Recon and Ubisoft to give us a free open beta, no requirements to, pre-order this game, to purchase a beta pass or anything like that. I just got to download it off my PS4 and I got to play it, which for me is nice. I could have gone on Steam and downloaded it on my computer. Both those options were available for me, and I really like the fact that I could just download it, hop in the game, and see if I enjoy it. I think open betas are great for video games. I think they give us a great opportunity to see if we would like what we're going to get in the game. And for me especially, somebody who is very much a budget gamer because I don't have a ton of money, I need to really focus on, only buying, 5 to 6 games a year. Just like in Canada, it's just like $600 because our games after taxes are so ridiculous. Regardless of that, I need to gauge my purchases accordingly. There's some great games coming out this year, and I needed to know if Ghost Recon Wildlands would be one of those great games. Now, it's a week and a half before the game is on sale, which it comes out March 7th, which I'm excited for, and I was excited for the launch of this game in general. But I was on the fence if I was going to wait for it or if I was going to buy it. And having an open beta really, really turned me into the direction of buying it day one, because I really want to get my hands on this game and play it some more when it actually comes out. And I want to see what this game's going to be like when it's a full game and not just a beta demo type video game. And this is me just going to talk about this game in general and betas in general now. And I'll talk more about how I feel about the beta in a separate video that's going to come out sometime next week. But overall, my thoughts on betas being an open beta instead of a closed beta or a limited beta, I think open is just way better. I think it gives the opportunity for more people to come and play your game. Right now is kind of a lull period for video games in general, just because there's really nothing big in AAA titles coming out. So the fact that you're hitting us with a beta now is fantastic, because people are burnt out on Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, Overwatch, whatever it might be, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. And they just want to change. And even just giving us a weekend where we can escape those games and go play a very fun beta, I think is a good decision by Ubisoft. The only thing I have an issue with this open beta is it's a week and a half before it goes gold. If this came out a month ago, I really felt the beta could actually make an institute change in the game. And that's my issue. I think beta should be something that is not only a stress test on the servers, but also a bug finder, I guess you could say. Because I think that when you have a lot of people playing in games, you're going to be able to find more issues with the game, be able to send it back to the developer, and it's kind of this open communication between developers and consumers where we can have this open dialogue about the things we like about the game, the things we don't like about the game, in enough time that we can institute some change in the game, just so we can have some, I guess, polishing, really is what I'd like to say. And for me, I don't really have anything negative to say about Ghost Recon, but in betas in the past, I have had negative things to say, but they're so close to the actual game release, anything I say isn't going to institute any change on their end. So I'm kind of just barking at deaf ears, and that for me is an issue, and I don't really like that. Now, I'm not saying and sitting here saying give me free betas, but I think having an open beta that doesn't require a beta code or for you to pre-order helps everyone out. Helps the developer, helps the consumer, and definitely helps the game succeed. The fact that I had the ability to go on and play Ghost Recon Wildlands was fantastic. The fact that I don't have to pre-order this game, that I can kind of just go in blind, I enjoy that. I enjoy the fact that I just have an opportunity to sit down and really play the game and test it out and see if I like it or not. And more games need to go in that direction, instead of inviting VIPs out to test their games, to play their games, because it's easier for somebody who's just a random civilian to be more critical of a game than somebody you've flown out there to be critical of your game. If I was flown out to test this game out, or any game in general, and say, hey, we're inviting you out to try this game out, we'll pay for your flight, your hotel, and you get to play the game before everyone else, and you get to upload it to your YouTube channel, it's very hard for me in that case then to be critical of the game. I might not be able to say and give all the feedback I want to in worry of upsetting someone or not getting that invite again. And that to me is part of the problem with the whole VIP system and the way that people get flown out is sometimes I feel that they're worried about being critical because they don't want to upset anyone. And that kind of hurts the game overall. And I think it's hurt Call of Duty in the past because of the fact that there hasn't been that ability for that open dialogue in between the community, these VIPs and the developers in general. So I think having an open beta just allows more people to voice their opinion to the developers. Now, I'm not saying go out and berate and be mean, but I think certain things about games can be figured out, certain bugs, certain issues can be figured out in betas that can be fixed in time for the actual game. And that's part of the reason why Ghost Recon Wildlands has released a beta a week and a half before, and why it's open. It's a stress test for their servers to make sure their servers don't have any issues before the game goes live on March 7th. Now, betas in general, for me, I think are just a good test and a good demo, more or less, to see how the game's going to play. And if we have the opportunity to play more and more demos, more and more betas, we're going to be able to find games that maybe originally we weren't going to be interested in playing. Now we have an interest in playing because we've had an opportunity to soak 5 to 10 hours in it. That's one of the things I really like about EA Access. Even though you have to pay for it, you do get the ability and the opportunity to play games a weekend in advance to see if you want to buy them. I do like that feature. I don't like the fact that you have to pay for it. But regardless of that, I think more games need to move in the direction of fully open betas for their games, just so they can have more people playing on it and have more people test it out. If you have stress tests on the servers, but it's more so you can create a community faster. You can get more people excited about it. And releasing a beta a week and a half beforehand, well, it's helpful for your server tests. It's helpful to kind of show off what you've done. At the same time, for me at least, I think it'd be better if this was a month ago to build more hype for the game. Give us a beta a month ago. At least let us find some of the bugs in the game, be able to give them to you so you have a month and a half to update them. But it's also to build that hype train. If you have people on YouTube, even once a week saying, hey, this is from the Ghost Recon Wildlands beta gameplay that I was able to play when the beta was open to everyone, and then it creates more hype, creates more excitement around the game. I didn't even know the game was being released in March. I thought it was more of an April or May release, and that's why we're seeing all this content now as a marketing tool to get us excited for a game in April or May. Now, I know that I'm not a marketing professional, but I have taken marketing in school, and I understand the business side of things. Whereas I think that having an open beta and being able to get people excited about the game earlier on is important for the game's survival and its progression into mainstream and to kind of make sure it's the best game it can be. Now, my final thoughts on just betas in general is I would love to see them, at least the majority of them, become an open beta. I'm fine with closed alphas or limited alphas just to test the game out at that point, but I feel that recently we've gotten less betas and more demos, open demos for the games. This is what this game is. It's a demo, unfortunately. It's just a limited area. It's not a beta. It's the same thing with Infinite Warfare this year. It was a demo. The game was ready to go live. They just wanted to test everything out. So I would rather see betas where it's a little bit less polished, a little bit less clean cut, so we can really see if there's an underlying issue so we can help the developers out. And I don't like this system of having that closed off to people, because I'd rather see it as an open avenue so people can have an open dialogue with developers, so we could say, hey, this happened to me, have a video of it, show it to the developers, and they can be, okay, we know what we need to do to fix it, go in the code, whatever it might be. I'm not a game developer, I don't know that side of it, but I am a gamer, and I do want to see games become the best possible version of themselves, and I think having open betas allow that opportunity to exist. And I don't want to repeat myself more than necessary, because I think that becomes redundant, but an open beta, I think, allows more people the access to play the game for the potential to see actual results and for them to see if they want to buy the game. For me, a week ago, I probably would have said to you, I'm going to wait on March 7th to buy Ghost Recon Wildlands. Now, after playing it and soaking my teeth in it for a couple days, I know that I'm pretty confident I'm going to be purchasing this game on March 7th. It's a fun game, it's enjoyable. And if I didn't have the open beta, I wouldn't have had that avenue to be able to play it. And for me, that was important. And for me, that was something I was happy that Ubisoft did. So moving forward from this, I want to see more games go in the avenue of open betas, in the avenue of having betas sooner before the game goes live. Obviously, these demands are very, these are falling on deaf ears more often than not because I'm such a small channel. But it'd be awesome if developers would realize that this is probably what fans want. They want the opportunity and more opportunity to be able to play these games before they go live, just so they can get their hands on it sooner, so they can see if it's going to be something they enjoy. You're fighting in a world that is very, very dog-eat-dog when it comes to video games, because everyone is trying so hard to get every dollar out of their consumer that there's so little dollars to go around to everyone. And if you have the opportunity to gain any kind of advantage out there, I think having an open beta and having your beta earlier on is always a good thing. And maybe having an open beta and then a free demo later on, a week before it goes live, could help your game succeed overall. I want to know what you guys think about betas. I want to know what you guys have thought so far with the Ghost Recon Wildlands beta. Would love to hear all your thoughts down below in that comment section. Obviously, any way you can even further kind of my comments about this would be greatly appreciated. Let me know down below in the comment section. If you've enjoyed the video, can you please hit that like button? If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, Combat signing off. Peace.